everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I am going to be taking us around my second movie room. Now the room that I'm sitting in right now, this is my first room. I've spoken about it before on a video. This is a pod, and it's separate from the house. Now my second movie room is inside the house, and it's hard to believe, and it really is hard to believe, that everything that's inside this room was actually in that second room, along with everything else that's in there. I don't know how we managed to accomplish it. Thankfully, I have done a video on it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description below for that tour, and you need to check it out. The way we spaced out everything was just perfectly done. Nothing seemed cramped. I don't know how we managed this, but we done a wonderful job at it. But it goes without saying, we needed a second room, and that's why we ended up buying this pod. And it really has freed up a lot of space for me. We have created a lot of space inside the room now as well, which is always a blessing, especially when it comes to a collection of my size. And whenever things do start to get a little cramped in here, at least I can take out a few items, put them into the second movie room. So yes, I'm good for a while anyway when it comes to space. Now, another great thing when it comes to this room, we have been trying to get this to look right for years. Every single time we tried, it just never seemed right. It was something that I was not happy about. Thankfully, I think now we have finally got it looking the way I always wanted it to look. It looks perfect, it really does. Not only that, but the room represents Ellen quite a bit as well. You're going to see a lot of Ellen's influence on that room, which is a great thing. It really, really is. Not only that, but you're going to hear me say the name David Puntton quite a few times on this room tour, because he has contributed to quite a lot when it comes to my second movie room. He's featured in this room as well, but nowhere near as heavy as my second movie room. So with that said, folks, I am going to take us around it. It's not going to be a real in-depth tour. As a matter of fact, I shot a video for this room 2 months ago, and if you haven't checked that one out, I will leave a link in the description below. But it's going to be much more the same. It's not going to be me taking out individual items. Absolutely no chance. It'll go on for far too long. But this tour should give you an idea of what this second room is all about, and we couldn't be happier with how it's turned out. Right, so let's jump into it. Here is my second movie room tour, and I really do hope you enjoy it. Right, so here we go. This is my second movie room. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just do a small little circle just to give you an idea of the size of this room. So when I go right over to the corner here, this is basically the start of my collection. And when I pan down, you'll see that it goes the whole way down, right to the bottom of the room. And that's just an idea of the bottom. Now I have to tell you, those smaller shelves there, they couldn't have fit more perfectly in that space. I am not kidding. We were so impressed by how well it turned out. Now you're also going to you'll notice that you'll hear my floors creaking, folks. It can't be helped. If my mic's picking it up, I am so sorry, but the floors are quite bad in this room. Now, speaking of shelves that are fitting in perfectly, this really couldn't have turned out any better. So all of these shelves are brand new, and by the time we got the 3 of these in, along with the display case, I am not kidding, we had, you're talking centimeters to play with. So yes, those shelves were just made for that wall. So then I'll just turn around, and this is the front of the room. Now I'm sorry about that, folks. As you can see, when you get a bit of natural light coming in, it kind of darkens the image. It just can't be helped. But look, I'll try my best to show you everything that's down there. Now, before I do anything, I actually just want to go right to the front here, to the window, and you will see that is my first movie room. So to have a room separate from the house, it just gave us everything that we wanted in terms of peace of mind. We never have to worry about bothering our neighbours, because as you can see, it goes right down to the back of the garden. So it's great to have that. It's one of the best things I ever bought. Right, so over here, I'm going to start again. And I'm not going to be spending too much time. Like I said, I'm just going to simply scroll down. This is the start of my collection. And if you want to pause it just to check out a few titles, by all means do so. You'll see like a James Bond collection there. And it goes the whole way down. So 4 long shelves altogether. This is the second one. So you'll see all those multicolours there. That's the Alfred Hitchcock collection that I have, and I had to tell you, I had a time trying to pick them up over the years. It was all about getting them at the right price. Then you'll see the likes of Dirty Harry there as well. Really excited for that 4K release when it comes out in the next... Well, it's probably out now by the time I put this video out. And then there's a few DreamWorks releases there. So on to the third of the long shelves. So you'll see the likes of the Indiana Jones collection. One's UK, one's American. Then you got Stanley Kubrick. You'll see a few Lord of the Rings editions there. That's a video I really need to get around to making. My Lord of the Rings collection, that is. All them black titles, there are the MGM releases. I think it was MGM, if I remember correctly. I still need to pick up a few more, or a lot more, when it comes to that collection. And then that takes us on to the fourth and last of the long shelves. So you got the likes of Star Wars in there. And then when I scroll up, you got the likes of Police Academy, the Pixar collection as well. So that's just an idea of those 4 long shelves. They're all custom made. So before I make my way over to this corner here, I just wanted to show you some of the Funkos. So this is Ellen's contribution when it comes to this room. As you can see, she is a huge Funko fan. And again, we have them displaying so well. So these are the more, I suppose, the deluxe editions that you can get. The few that she's picked up over the years. Now, she wouldn't want to be buying too many of them, because as you can see, they are quite big. And it'd be very hard to try and find space if she was kind of, you know, buying loads of these. So she has to be very, very selective. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just come back down over here, and I'm just going to make my way to this corner here. Now, I mentioned at the start of this video that I was going to say David Puntton's name quite a bit. Well, this is the start of it. So this corner here is basically dedicated to David and all the fantastic releases that he's given me over the years. So you'll see, like, there's a Jaws 2 and The Thing. They are jigsaw puzzles, sorry. There's a lovely book of The Thing there as well. There's a lot of illustrations inside it. It's amazing. And right above it, you'll see the likes of Gladiator. On the left side of it is a Schindler's List Collector's Edition. And then on the other side, there is Jurassic Park and Star Wars. So nearly everything that you see there, David has actually given to me. And then right above it is another 2 items that I received from David. This one here is a Star Wars collection. I think it contains the original trilogy on VHS. Stunning release. And then right at the back is a Terminator 2 edition, even though the first Terminator is in there as well. And both of them VHS releases. So 2 absolutely stunning releases. So right above it, you're going to see a few more unique additions when it comes to Funko Pops. This one being Def Leppard. And then this one right here is Queen. So it goes without saying, myself and Ellen are huge fans. Now you'll see something sneaking out there at the background. Look at that. Well, it's actually another beautiful release that David sent to me. And it is the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Now, as you can see, it is quite a big box set. And unfortunately, it's the only place I can put it in this room. But it was unfortunately being blocked out by this Def Leppard set. But look, you make do with the space that you have. So right to the top here is another 2 Funko editions. Dobby and Jack Skeleton. And then right above it is a Prometheus release. And as you can see, it's Deacon. And once again, David sent that my way. So that's just a small idea of what's in the corner over here. So it's nice to have a little corner dedicated to David. But trust me, it's not going to be the last time I say his name when it comes to this room. Right, so I'm going to make my way over to the smaller shelves. So as you can see, we went for white and black. And that's actually featured over here as well. But we didn't do it here. So I think sometime in the future, we are going to repaint 2 of those white to have it matching with the rest. But this is the rest of my collection. I think we're on to S's here. So again, I'm just going to slowly scroll down. And then onto the likes of T's. You'll see the Terminator, a few Terminator editions in there. And right down to the bottom. So when I go back up here to this next shelf, these two here is basically the end of it. That's my entire collection in terms of DVDs. But then when you scroll down, you go on to the likes of John Carpenter. Just a select few titles that I had on DVD. Everything that he directed and produced. And then right beside it is the start of some kind of horror box sets that I have. The likes of Aliens, Box of Blood, Box of the Band, Volumes 1 and 2. And then right under that is the likes of, you'll see Demons there, Exorcist, Halloween of course, and this series here, Masters of Horror. If you haven't checked it out, definitely recommend doing so. They get all of the greatest horror directors together to direct an episode each. So I think there must be around 13, 14 episodes a season. Then down to the second shelf, you've got the likes of Nightmare on Elm Street. Again, another amazing release that David sent to me. And then a couple of Saw editions. And you'll notice Alan Wake there in the corner as well. I'm a huge fan of that game. And that's the end of the kind of horror box sets. And then right below is a couple of music DVDs that I have. Not too many. So when I back away, these shelves here are dedicated to TV. So I don't have much time when it comes to TV series, unfortunately. But these are a few of the ones that I really enjoyed. So you got the likes of Alias in there, Angel and Buffy as well. I have to tell you, those box sets right there, when they first came out, all those years back, I think they were nearly £90 each. Now, it goes without saying, I didn't pay that for them. As a matter of fact, I think the dearest I spent on one of those was around €6. So it was great to complete that collection. So right under it then, you got the likes of CSI, Cheers. There's actually another Buffy box collection there as well. And then right under that, you got the likes of Dawson's Creek. Everybody Loves Raymond. And then you got the likes of Frasier. You'll see there's a gap there. We are currently watching Frasier. We are. Then you got the likes of Lost. There's a few Quantum Leap seasons there. 1 to 3, I think it is. Scrubs as well. And then right up here is basically the end of my TV shows. 24. I'm a huge fan. Massive fan, as a matter of fact. And then right under it is just a couple of nice box sets, the likes of Pacific, Band of Brothers. Lovely release in there in the corner for The Wicker Man that David sent to me, as well as that American Gangster. And then right over here is a VHS release of Jurassic Park and Suspiria that Vice Press sent me. So right under that is a couple of steelbooks that I have on DVD. And as you can see, a lot of them, all of those black ones, are the definitive editions. Unfortunately, it's incomplete. I think I'm missing around maybe 3 of them altogether. Very hard to get hold of. Alien and Predator in particular. And then right under that is my complete Star Trek collection. So you got the likes of the original series, Generations, Voyager, Deep Star 6, or Deep Star 6, Deep Space Nine, sorry. And of course you got Enterprise there in the corner as well. And you'll see there, this is kind of like a tankard for Game of Thrones. Again, that was sent to me by David. Then right over here, as you can see, these are empty shelves, so I have a bit of room to play with. So I decided just to put a few kind of collector's releases that we had for the likes of Aliens. Again, David sent that to me. And then that's my Alien beside it. And then of course Bridget Jones' Diary and Elf. So that is the movies, series, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to take you up here and give you a look at these amazing Funkos that Ellen has picked up. So again, I'm not going to spend too much time with them, but you will notice that there is a lot of Ghostbusters. These are kind of her personal favourites, everything that you see kind of displayed here. So you'll see the likes of Queen in there, a lot of Tom Hanks as well. Then you'll notice the likes of Us is up there, and of course Back to the Future, Goonies as well. So yeah, she's picking up a lot of Back to the Future releases and Ghostbusters. And then over here, you're going to see a lot of horror ones. Not these first few though. I think you've got the likes of Indiana Jones. You'll see Trading Places in there as well. Bad Boys. But then when you kind of make your way here, this is kind of the start of the horror. I do love that They Live one that she has in there. I think that looks great. So I'll just scroll down quite slowly. You'll see the likes of Beetlejuice. Look at these two Beetlejuice releases. They're quite brilliant. Look at that. And then you've got the likes of The Nun there as well. Carrie, Trick or Treat, a lot of Creepshow as well. And then right to the top you got the likes of Gremlins and V, the mini-series as well. So great to see a few Funkos featured there. And as you can see, she has quite a few Iron Maiden as well. We love Eddie. Anything to do with Eddie is always good. And thankfully it's translated very well in terms of Funkos. And then this wall here, you'll see the likes of Frasier. Cheers there as well. Cobra Kai, big fans. And then there's a few kind of Stephen King ones there as well. I think a lot of them are special editions. So again, if you want to pause the image and check them out, I think that's the best way to do it, because I just don't want to spend too much time with it. And then she's got this, it's like a Death Star. And these are the kind of mini Funkos. And as you can see, she's missing a few. But she's hoping to pick them up someday in the very near future. And they kind of sit on that Death Star. So that is some of Ellen's Funkos. Not all, but some. So right here, you'll see this is the Eagle Moss Marvel collection. A couple of figures. Now, I spoke about this before. What happened was they kept extending it. It was meant to be originally something like 78. And then it went on to 88, and then it was like 100, and they just kept going and going. And what was happening was they were basically bringing out the same characters, only for done in different poses, just milking it out as much as they possibly could. So what we done was we gave up. Once we hit 100, we were done. So it goes right down to the ground. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time with it, but as you can see, it's basically covering every character that you're likely to see in the Marvel movies. The first 3 phases, I would say. So I'm just going to pan back up again quite slowly. Now, they also done a few specials. And the specials are basically what you see here and upwards. So as you can see, they are quite bigger to the other ones. So it's them few there. So that's the Eagle Moss collection of Marvel. Then up top you'll see a Fallout Pip-Boy edition in there. I couldn't bring myself to build the Pip-Boy because it just looks so goddamn good in the suitcase. I decided to keep it in there. This is Bloodborne. That is an absolutely stunning release. This is another figure that was sent to me from David. As you can see, it's the Thing NECA figure. It's the dog transformation scene. And speaking of David, that is another statue he sent me. Only for this time, it's King Kong. And as you can see, he's scaling up the building. And another few items here that David sent me. As you can see, we have them on the door. And it is Gremlins. And I had to tell you, the detail on these ones are quite amazing. Particularly when you look at the likes of Stripe. Like, look at that. So, as you can see, they're displayed so well in the boxes. We just felt that there was no need to take them out. So, there was 4 of them all together. That's all they brought out. And then right down to the bottom, you'll see that is the number plate for Christine. And then, of course, we have this kind of metal plaque for the original poster artwork for the movie right under it. So, yes, the number plate. So right around here, once again, is quite a lot of items that was sent to me by David. I'm not kidding, it's unbelievable when you see the amount of stuff that he sent me. Right here is, you'll notice that's the jewelry that Princess Leia wears in Return of the Jedi. I think that's a very limited piece. I think there's only like 1,500 of them. Right beside it is this kind of Jurassic World. As you can see there, it's just a couple of dinosaurs. Their heads are mounted. Again, I don't know if my camera's picking it up because of the light glare. This is a robot that you see in the Obi-Wan TV series, if I remember correctly. You'll also notice the One Ring is behind that as well. There's also a Darth Vader. That kind of lights. Let me press it. I think it does work. There you go. So it kind of just lights up. It's like a 3D thing it's meant to be. Then right beside them, you got the likes of the Black Panther. As you can see, it's the bracelet and necklace. Very limited as well to, what is it, 7,000? And right beside it, that is the Rangers badge from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's Michael Rooker's character. So right under that then, you'll see I have a Lucille bat. And a few more items that David sent to me. You got the Ecto-1 there. You got also a Jeep from Jurassic Park. And there's a small little bust of Michael Myers from Halloween 2. So that's the bottom of the bed. Actually, speaking of that bed, it's a single bed, but it actually folds out into a double. So it was a great way to actually save space and be able to get a bed in this room. So, right, so what, have I covered everything so far? Yes, I have. Right, so onto this shelf here. So you'll notice right down below is a couple of more Funko Pop editions. And you'll also see there's a Game of Thrones wine glass there. Again, David sent that to me. And all of these here are basically Blu-rays that I took out of my main movie room. So most of everything you see here are movies that I bought on 4K. So I decided to put them in here. So that is the small amount of Blu-rays that you see in this room. Now, right up here, you'll see some NECA figures. I am not kidding. Once again, David sent every single one of those NECA figures to me. And I just love the way they actually display in the box. I couldn't bring myself to take them out. So right under that, you'll see the start of Ellen's Stephen King collection. So these are all hardback novels. And as you can see, she has quite a few. It goes right down. And when you see the bottom shelf, you'll see a couple of books there in the corner. I think it's maybe around 7 of them all together. I think the the author's name is Richard Chismar. And he is heavily involved with Stephen King. So that's why she ended up collecting a lot from him. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of those books are actually signed by him. So that is the Stephen King collection she has. She is a huge fan. I'm a huge fan as well. But I never actually read a novel from him, which I'm embarrassed to say. Right, so this is more of Ellen's Funko Pop collection. Now these are kind of just singular releases. There is a few, like you notice the likes of E.T. in there. I do love these ones she got. The likes of, you'll see Queen there. I Want to Break Free. And right beside it is Ellie and Carol from Up. And you'll also notice there's one just kind of hidden away in the corner. And that is from Planes, Trains and Automobiles, believe it or not. So right under that, you'll see a few Funko Pops there. You got the Blair Monster. You also got the Spiderhead and of course McCready. That is the Jaws steelbook stand that was made for me by my good friend Jer. And then of course you got a few Funkos in the back. And then right here is a couple of more unique additions when it comes to Funko. You got Indiana Jones with his father. You got the likes of Peter Venkman and you got the building itself, you know what I'm talking about, the Ghostbusters building. And you've got the Ecto-1 there as well, with Trevor sitting on top. The firehouse, thank you. It was annoying me, it was. And then right under it is another Indiana Jones. It's him running from the boulder. And you got Elliot and E.T. on the bike. And then just a simple T-Rex from Jurassic World. So that is all 3 of those shelves covered. So right over here in the corner, again, I'm not sure how well this is going to pick up because as you can see it's reflecting badly, but you will notice this is a lot of my gaming statues. So right on top you've got the likes of Ellie and Joel. Again, there's nothing I can do about it, folks, I'm so sorry. But I think you can see them there. Then right under that you got the likes of Doom, along with Assassin's Creed, Hitman, and then there's a few statues there from Suicide Squad. You got Deadshot, and right down at the bottom is Batman and Superman. Again, I don't think you can pick it up, but there is an Oblivion statue in the back there as well. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but again, it's very hard to make out. But trust me, there is a figure of Drake there, from Uncharted, that is. And then right above, you'll see that's a character from Gears of War. As you can see, it's on the bike. What an amazing piece that is. And then right above it, you've got a few more unique editions in terms of Funkos. Now these ones are quite good because they're pop moments. So you've got one for Queen. Now right behind it you'll see one for the Avengers Endgame, I think it is. And then there's one for Harry Potter. But as you can see, they're quite big and it's the only way we could display them. And then right over here you've got the likes of AC/DC. That's the Home Alone house. Again, the light in this room is shining on it. I don't think you can pick it out. No, not Home Alone, sorry. Christmas Vacation. And then there's an Elf one beside it, as well as a Home Alone one in the middle. So as you can see, they're basically recreating a scene from the movie. So that is this wall complete. So all that's left to do is to show you basically the front of the room. So right up here, actually, you know what? Let me open this shelf up. Ah, there we go. Now you can see Nathan Drake better, as well as the Joel and Ellie. So I'm going to just quickly scroll down again so you can have a good look at these. I love the Doom one. And the Hitman under it is quite brilliant as well. And then of course, Superman and Batman. So there you go. It's a proper look at them. I probably should have done that the first time. And I just love that bike. Look at that. Now it actually does light up. There's a switch on it somewhere. And it looks pretty cool. Even his weapon kind of lights up. So right here, you'll see the one picture that we have framed in this room. It is the iconic chest bursting scene from Alien. John Hurt, and you will notice his autograph is right under it. A gentleman going by the name of Jeff gave me that, believe it or not. And I haven't seen his name in years, which is such a shame. I hope he's okay. So that is the one frame that we have in here. Then right above, you'll see the likes of a couple of number plates. You got Ecto-1. This one right here is the car that Michael steals off Dr. Loomis at the start of Halloween. And then right above is, you got a couple of Friends editions. 3 of them all together, as a matter of fact. Then you got the likes of X-Files. A Superman collection, which is not looking too good. It's rusting very, very badly. And then, of course, Magnificent 7. And all that's left to show you is, if I can get it, is a mask I have of Jason Voorhees, which looks badass. Then right beside it is just a couple of mugs from Fallout and Deadpool. You'll notice a small jug there for Star Wars. little sack boy sitting over it. And then over here is, as you can see, that's the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's the staff. And you've got a small Michael Myers head knocker there in the corner as well. So that is everything when it comes to this room. And as you can see, it's turned out amazing. It really has. Nothing is on top of each other. Well, when I say nothing's on top of each other, in terms of the items up here, like I said, they're just so big that there's nothing else you can do. But as you can see, they're still displayed very well. But in terms of clutter, yeah, there's no issues. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. We have everything displaying as well as we possibly could. And we couldn't be happier with how all of this has turned out. So there you have it, folks. That is just a quick look of my second movie room, and I really do hope you enjoyed it. Right, so there you have it. That is my second movie room, and like I said at the start of this video, myself and Ellen are ecstatic with how all of this has turned out. And you know, you get a bit of me, you get a bit of her, and that is very, very important to me because, as you know, I am very passionate about all of this. And I have to tell you, Ellen is just as passionate when it comes to her side of it as well. And it's just great to see two of our styles kind of clashing together in one room. And like I said, we couldn't be happier with how it's turned out. I don't think we're ever going to make any changes to it from here on. Yes, one or two items might be moved around, but the foundations I think will stay the same, and rightfully so, because as you can see by the video, it has turned out quite incredible. So there you have it, folks. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could leave a comment down below, and please do share your thoughts on my second movie room. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.